and welcome back to Speed Freak Garage, home of PowerSports on YouTube. Today we have 3 separate projects, and I will be editing up the video for those 3 projects, so just kind of keep that in mind while you're watching. No, it's not the car, the motorcycle, and the other blown car. It's 3 projects on our 2024 FE 501s. We are going to be doing the IMS 4.5 gallon tank with dry brake. We are going to be finishing our radiator hose, and we are going to be doing our map switch upgrade, which I have been begging for months, and I finally got it. So let's get started. Before we start taking the bike apart, let me talk about what I purchased for this 4.5 gallon upgrade. So we got the IMS 4.5 gallon tank, natural color, because not being able to see how much gas you have is stupid. Dry brake fitting, this is a special order. And then the old style side pump, not the stupid new 2024 pump that can't even suck up gas. So, got the IMS tank, and I need to warn you guys immediately, this tank was filthy on the inside. I had to get in there and scrub out some weird dirt on this rib here, and then I had to waste half a gallon of gas sloshing around and getting all these little plastic curly shavings out of the tank. Not happy about that for the price. Everything we purchased was purchased through our homies at Moto because they've been pretty good to us and they've got some pretty good customer support. So we got the IMS tank, we got our dry brake, which comes separately, and this thing is wild. There's no way I'm going to be able to safely fill up at a gas station with this. So I also got the gas cap adapter that you just bolt on for a gas station. And then I'm going to try and 3D print and design a safe way to like chunk and then put a gas. I'm going to work on that, but this is going to go on a desk for now. So we're going to install this. We got a cap for this. And then I kind of made an ass out of myself last night because I texted Moto and I'm like, guys, where am I supposed to put this? You know, like where's the instructions? What is going on? Like, I'm like, I got this and I got this. Like, what? And then I went online, and IMS has instructions online, so you can download instructions. And then as like, you know, digging around here, I was like, oh, there's instructions in the box. That would make sense. So I kind of made an ass out of myself. That's okay. I do that a lot. This is just, you know, how it is. So we also have their ready-to-ride fuel pump kit, a full and complete ready-to-ride kit, which is just this here. So the pump, the 250-hour filter, the little regulator, bypass, whatever. I wanted a black banjo fitting. They're out of stock, and I was like, just whatever you have, just ship now, go, go, go. You know, so they sent me a blue, which is fine. Sidewinder hose, extra gaskets, ooh, and a little fuel filter screen thingy. Now, they sent crimp-on hose fittings. I don't agree with that. You cannot field service a crimp-on fitting, and I don't have a crimp-on fitting tool. So I've got an assortment of different sized regular fuel line fittings that are, I think, looks like either a 1/4 inch or 8 millimeter maybe, and then a flathead. So if something goes wrong and you have some of these in your backpack or in your crew vehicle, you can fix it. You can't take apart and fix a crimp-on fitting in the middle of a race. No. So I don't know. That's a weird choice on their part because some of their pictures show these. And then I bought the GOLAN quick disconnect fuel filter and then the GOLAN quick disconnect line. So this is critical, not really for yourself. It makes it easier to drain the tank if there's an issue, but this is critical if you need to drain gas into a friend's tank to save them, because you can just pop this off and the fuel starts flowing and you're draining your gas, you know, into a container or directly into their tank or whatever. You know, you could even buy another one and build yourself like a little, you know, you know what I mean? Like you just put a hose on it and then you got a little like fill hose. So I wanted to get that. I'm not really sure. Okay, there's a directional arrow. Yeah. So this goes from the tank, and then it goes here, and then out. And this thing's really cool. It's got a pleated mesh screen in there. So technically, in an emergency, you can just pull the mesh out and wash the mesh out and put it back in and keep going. I'm sure they probably sell replacement meshes too, but it's just a pleated mesh screen, which is awesome, honestly. That's very serviceable. Okay, got the pump, got this, got this. The IMS tank came with instructions, which you can also print out. It came with some kind of sticker thing for modifying the shrouds. It came with a whole bunch of random bolts that aren't packaged separately or labeled at all, so that's gonna be real fun. I guess we might as well get all this out and organized. So I read through the instructions several times, and I think it's gonna be a long day. They did not make this easy. So the stickers, of course, are rolled up really tight, so that might cause some issues, but all right, we got fuel hose, got color instructions. Jesus, this is gonna be a long day. I knew this was gonna be a big job, but wow. I mean, and that's because I chose the biggest tank, because I want to be able to go cruising on the highway and, you know, go on long adventure rides and stuff, and I don't want to be worried about gas all the time. So we've got color instructions with pictures, which is nice. Okay, just put those on top of the ones I printed when I was panicking and thought I didn't have instructions. And one of my friends likes stickers. I'm going to keep the stickers for him. Got mounting brackets for the radiator to the tank. And then we've got all kinds of little screws here. And there's, let's see, I think these 4 screws are for the pump itself. I'm just kind of pre-organizing. See, some companies will like bag individual components. You know, like if you build a 3D printer kit from Prusa, everything's bagged and labeled very nicely. I mean, I get that costs extra to do that, but it really wouldn't have been hard for them to, like, you know, yeah, I'm not gonna complain too much, but yeah, they could have really done this better than just throwing it all together in one bag and letting you fend for yourself. So it looks like these are all the same size. I do, ooh, got 4 washers. Got these weird little panel washers. Okay, those are probably going to be pretty important. I don't know why this is included. This is like, maybe this is the OEM adapter for the OEM, oh, it's a piece of crap apparently. So this is just a little plastic adapter. It almost looks, I'm glad I bought this nice metal one. This is junk. Okay, I don't know. I'm not gonna use that. So got that, got our pump. So our pump, they did send 3 separate bags, which is nice. So they sent a bag specifically for the fitting on the bottom of the tank. Oh, where? Uh-oh, I might have left the bag in my garage, because there was like a big, large washer fitting thing. There it is. It's in a separate bag. Okay, whew, I about had, oh my God, my heart's like, oh, man, okay, yeah. All right, so this is for here, this is for here, okay. So, got separate bag for that, separate bag for that. Got just a universal Sidewinder hose, because we're gonna be doing some rerouting of our fuel line. And they sent a lot of clamps. I might have to go to the store and buy some more, because I guess it depends what size. So let's size this up real quick. Well, so 13 to 15 just barely fits. Like, it might actually be a little tight. And do 14 to 16. That's better. The 13 to 15 is too tight, and the 14 to 16's, okay, how many 14 16s do I have? Because I think that's what we're going to use. And if you kind of size them up, yeah. So 14 16, 14 16. I shouldn't need this many. I should only need, let's see, 90, quick disconnect, bike. Should only really need 4 of them. I don't know why there's so many. I mean, having extras is nice. And then this, I believe, is all spares and extras. This, I'm probably not going to use this because I have this secondary filter. That, and there's no instruction. Okay, so that's the other thing. This has no instructions whatsoever. I asked 3 times. You know, they've been selling this for over a year, and there's no instructions. So after asking 3 times for help, you know, how do I install all this correctly? They sent me a bunch of video links to other people's videos installing other off-brand pumps. Only one of the videos was actually this specific kit. So that was frustrating. That's very unusual for Taco Moto to not have instructions. I thought that was really odd. But anyway, at least they finally sent me videos that helped from other people. Okay. Okay, we got all this. And I believe we are ready to start disassembling the bike. So the first step would be to just go ahead and start disassembling the bike. We need to get the seat off, we need to get the shrouds off, we need to get the tank off and the pump disconnected. I'm just going to throw everything into a magnetic tray because a lot of this hardware is going to be replaced with the new tank. So, and this is kind of where, like, yeah, these videos are going to overlap, so you're just going to have to kind of bear with me on that. You can see the pump. So the factory pump's obviously going. We've got this. You can just twist. You got to twist and pull at the same time. It'll come right off, no problem. Okay, get that out of the way. And then we've got these radiator. Now I'm using all hand tools on this bike because this bike is very plasticky and very cheap, so there's no reason to use power tools and risk damaging the bike. Okay, those are out. I really need to make a point. Oh, that's attached to the radiator. Okay. I really want to get a louder horn because the horn on this thing is a joke. But you only have so many amps to work with. I do think they make like horns that are louder without using up more power. Man, those are some thin horn wires. And the horn's worthless, just totally worthless. People can't even hear you inside their car with it. It's so bad. Okay, we got that. And then we've got some little tiny ones. We got these, which are the wonderful little specialty Torx. So I'm gonna guess that's a, oh yeah, this one opens. A T25. I would be wrong. It is a T27. Yep. Nope. No? It's bigger? What? It's a T30? No way. It's a T30. Oh, that was loose. I do remember the instructions saying something about these not going back on with the new tank. That'll be interesting. That'll be... And the workbench is a mess because we're working on multiple vehicles right now. Oh, wow. What a cheap... Oh, my God. The freaking seat is being held on with... Oh, God. Fuck. No. Not surprised KTM is going bankrupt. What a joke. How is that supposed to... Wow. Sometimes I wish I wasn't an engineer because then I wouldn't know how shitty these products are. I would be just... Ooh. Oblivious. Oh, there goes the heater. I'm not going to stop and wait for the heater to turn off. It's way too cold today, so... Alright, we're going to pull this. That's just into... Jeez. What a joke. This IMS tank's going to be a good upgrade. Wow. Wow. What a joke. Okay. And then where are we stuck? What are we stuck on? There's something right there. Is it just a... What are we stuck on? Uh-oh. What? Looks like it just slides forward. Maybe I have to pull my air filter cover. No? Oh boy, I'm gonna go ahead and just pull this out of the way. Oh, that... Yeah, and you can see I temporarily mounted the map switch because the bike was stuck in race mode, which is honestly kind of dangerous just driving around town. It's way too powerful. What am I gonna do with this stuff? Okay. How does this... See, this is why... Some basic freaking instructions would be nice. I don't want to break this. I need it for the new tank. Is it like there? Oh, it's on a little screwy thing. So it comes... Okay, so sorry. So it just slides backwards like that. Man, that was... Oh yeah, and they said you have to cut this off for the new tank. Wonderful. Okay, and then same here. You're just gonna pull backward. And I'm definitely gonna have to remove this cover. It's in the way. Maybe push that back forward. Uh-oh. Alright. Well, I messed up. Huh. Whoopsie. Alright, come on. Man, it's just... Okay, take this off first. And then we're gonna slide her back. No problem. Okay. Alright, so got the tank exposed. We've got some things that we need to be careful of. Now, the stupidity of this pump stops like there. That's it. That's as much gas as you get. You don't get this gas. You only get this gas. Just so stupid. I mean, honestly, the people who designed this new pump, after 10 years of the side pump working perfectly, should just be absolutely ashamed to show their faces in the office. Like, how... It's disgusting. Okay, so before we remove this top bolt on the tank, which I'm pretty sure is the last bolt holding it on, we're going to go ahead and disconnect the pump. So we're just going to carefully pull out our harness, which the instructions actually say we're going to have to kind of modify this a little bit, so that'll be interesting. And then this line, so this line, that's kind of a dilemma. So right now you've got this giant, massive, oh, there's a quick disconnect here. So yeah, so that was the factory. So, you know, you could try and save this line and cut this clamp or whatever, but look at this giant ass line that goes all the way down. The new tank, it's right here where this piece of line is. So you really don't need all that old line. I mean, it's just totally pointless. So I'm just gonna cut the line. I'm not even gonna bother trying to like save that extra piece. I'm just gonna cut it right here past the nipple, as you don't want to cut the nipple. Okay, a little bit of fuel pressure, no big deal. All right. We cut the line, got this, so now we can pull the top nut, bolt, whatever, top bolt out. If I can get my socket down in there. I cannot, so I'll have to use the Torx. We're gonna get the Torx. Okay, it's gonna play this game with me. Okay, that was pretty tight, which is good. It's good. Okay, gonna get this out somehow. I'm not sure how I'm gonna get it out. I mean, I got a magnet wand, but that's not gonna get the rubber piece out. Or maybe it will. Cool. All right, we're gonna leave this one separate so we know that that's what it's for. And then there's like some kind of, that's the frame. Okay, I'm gonna leave the magnet wand over here. All right, so this should just come off. Please just come out. Okay. All right. So now's a good chance to check that this pad is in good condition, and if it's not in good condition, you want to replace it immediately. Okay, so now that we got the tank off, we need to prepare the OEM harness so that we can get a little more wire length to get this up to the old fuel pump position. And looking at this and looking the way everything's bundled in here, I am not looking forward to this. So I'm gonna cut this zip tie very carefully here that's holding the harness to the frame, and hope that we have just enough flexibility in the harness to kind of pull it out. And we got all these connectors down here. We got all these wires that we could potentially accidentally damage. So you can see on my bike, they wrapped this wire underneath. And the instructions basically, oh, this is a mess. Wait, what? Oh, I'm glad I printed new instructions online, because I think those are old instructions. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at that. They changed the instructions. Okay. So, this is the wrong instructions that came with the tank. Great. So online there are instructions specifically for, and it even says install the old style pump into the IMS tank. So these instructions are for the FE501S 4.5 gallon with the old style pump. I don't understand. That's interesting. I'm glad I went online. Okay. Okay, so it says identify where the fuel pump electrical line meets the main wiring harness and very carefully cut and release the electrical tape just enough to allow you to move the fuel pump line from the bottom to the top. Illustration 5. What the fuck? What the fuck do you mean illustration 5? Where's the rest of the paper? What? Uh-oh. Did my printer fuck up? Anyway, it makes sense. You just want this on top here. You just need that extra inch. She just wants an extra inch, okay? So the problem, again, is you got this ridiculous thick harness that's jammed in between the battery. You know, just... Man, it is right 100% underneath. So I see the tape holding it. And I don't understand where it wants you to cut the fucking tape though, because I mean the tape goes like all the way up and then it's wrapped over. Oh boy. Very carefully cut the tape. Thanks. That's super helpful advice, because if you fuck up at all, you're gonna cut the harness. I don't know why that's out. Okay. We've got, is this a fresh blade? Get a fresh blade so you don't, you know, sharp blades are much less dangerous than dull blades. So we'll get a nice fresh sharp blade. Okay. This sucks. This really sucks. Oh wow. So we need to get this tape free. Fuck. And you don't want to yank on this too much because it's really, yeah, it's coming from this direction. So we need to somehow start peeling off this tape here that's wrapped. Like right here would probably be a good spot to try and free it from itself. But okay, so there is, okay. So the tape's around a little piece of loom. I might have got real lucky and chosen a good spot to start unraveling it. Come on. Super carefully. I mean, super careful. If you even nick a wire when the bike gets wet, it's just gonna start dying a miserable death. Okay, all right. Whew. Okay. That went way better than I thought it would. I thought I was gonna be screaming at this thing. So we're gonna go ahead and just unwind her. And I got some 3M electrical tapes, the good stuff, so I can rewrap it properly to keep the moisture out of it. Well, I'm not sure how I'm gonna wrap it because it's like, okay, GoPro battery died, but we are back now. So we are just still slowly peeling away this electrical tape to get back to here so that we can get no, don't tell me I got a junction here that I was hoping this was one continuous piece of tape to make my life easier. Oh no. I don't know how I'm gonna rewrap this. This is gonna suck. Oh shit. The tape's like entering a junction or something. Oh no, 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 no. Nope, don't do this to me. Okay. No. No. Ah. Okay, that was pointless. There's sheathing over tape. Yeah, see, you do not want to accidentally cut into there. That would be you would be screwed. Okay, so I can at least kind of roll the sheathing back for a sec and figure out what is going on. So, come on. Where is the end of that piece of tape? I mean, it's like right there. It's right there. Okay, I think I see the end of the tape. If I can lift it. Okay. All right, found the end of the tape. We're gonna keep on rolling it. Oh. All right. Uh-oh. Oh, it's caught on this leg of the harness now. So I've got like a Y. There's like a Y on a Y. This is a mess. Yeah, I mean, I'm unwrapping the right part for sure. Like, I'm actually starting to kind of get it free, but it's fighting me, of course. I think I just lost that piece of tape. Like, I'm just... Okay, yeah, I'm actually getting to where I'm about to free up this piece without doing... You know, you don't want to... Yeah, so there's like a junction under here that's right there and goes this way, and then right here underneath is this guy. But you want this guy to not be a part of that junction, but the way that they taped it, what a mess. That's actually a whole different piece of tape in there. Okay, so I don't need to untape that anymore. I'm gonna kind of stick it back down for now until I can go back and retape it. So this, now the only thing holding this now, oh boy. Oh no. This is, why did I do this? This is ridiculous. I mean, this is gonna make the bike so much more enjoyable, but oh man, I can kind of see where there's a bump for a wire and where there's not a bump for a wire, so I'm kind of just really carefully picking away. Okay, this is awful. This is freaking awful. If I even nick a wire, I'm screwed. Totally screwed. Okay, I can kind of see where the wires aren't, and there's just a bundle of tape. Very carefully. Okay. Okay, I've got the piece of tape that's holding on. Man, it just, I don't know how the hell they wrapped this. And it's like, it is in there. Okay, I see the piece of tape that's holding me back. I just am scared to death to keep cutting into the sheathing. Okay, whoop, got it. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God. So I just gave myself just that extra little, you know, Now I'm gonna dry fit the tank before I call that good. Just gonna kind of tuck her in here for a sec. Probably should disconnected the battery. Too late. Okay. We're gonna dry fit this big girl. Oh, this hose is in the way. Yeah, see how this hose needlessly wraps, that was great, all the way around for no reason at all? Like, what? Who in their right mind at Husqvarna thought it was okay to move the location of the pump that worked just perfectly? I just, some people, they probably just wanted to make changes to make changes. It's sick. Okay, this, you don't want to get any dirt in this because this is like straight to your EFI. So we're gonna just protect it. Actually, this is the last little piece of tape I have. Oh, yeah, that's helpful. So we're just gonna try and protect it if the tape will stick, so we don't get any dirt in our EFI. Okay. All right, now we can kind of test fit the tank. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this actually needs to be on the other side. Hey, I have a feeling this is not going to be fun. Okay. And don't forget, I washed this tank out with gas multiple times because it was filthy. Okay, so this actually needs to be over there somehow, which is not good because that means the wires that it's using are going to get shorter. Okay, that should be plenty long enough though. Okay, so we kind of put all this back to where it belongs. Gonna have to somehow get electrical tape around all that. I don't even know how. Okay, so this has been moved from up here to down here, so we technically gave it a full inch. And then I need to get this out of the way for a sec so I can try and test fit this tank. So, okay, so this has got to go up here like this. Then we're going to test fit her again. Okay, so we now have just enough wire. I mean, we really don't actually here. Have to probably could have installed this in the tank to make life a little easier, but it's not a big deal. I was gonna do it while it was on the bike. Because getting that all lined up down in those holes down there is its own challenge. So, but oh yeah. How far off are we? Clean screwdriver. Where's what? What? Oh, 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 almost got it. Almost got it. Oh, I'm so close. Where is the other part? Probably should not be doing this while it's on the bike. It makes sense, wouldn't it? Okay, there's the other part. Just need it to rotate. Like, there we go. Whew. All right, I'm gonna go get the drain cap and just loosely attach it. Never use an O-ring dry, by the way. Okay. All right. Okay. Whew. All right. Yeah, I probably should have done that on a workbench. But hey, you can do it when it's on the bike, so now we know. These lines seem really long. Like really long. Like over tighten it, but okay. Yeah, these lines are super crazy long. That is that right? Like they're really long. Why are the fucking lines so long? Holy shit. Not gonna like, man, they're long. Okay, so anyway, this goes here like this. This will go, yeah, see, that's what I was worried about. I don't know if I have enough line still. I mean, that's tight on that line. Like it doesn't wanna, okay, I'm gonna have to screw the pump down in. So they included new bolts for holding the pump in. It's these four. Okay. And the pump already has a gasket installed underneath, so that's good. So we just need to carefully, wow, they're barely long enough. Is that right? Oh, no, that's not right. Okay. Connect this up, no, 4 5 by 18. 5 by 18. 5 by 18. This is a 5. That's okay, we can kind of solve this quickly, I guess. Yeah, it's got to be the longer ones. Question is, why are there washers? Does it say to use washers? 4 5 by 18. No, it doesn't say to use washers, so. Okay. And they're cheap-ass Allen head stainless. Great. Okay. Man, I do not like how that line is so long. Okay, I need to find the right size. They are a number 3. Okay. And you can over tighten this stuff. These little threaded inserts into the plastic aren't, you know, super crazy strong, so you got to be careful. I mean, you're just sealing up a little rubber gasket. Great. Oh, the tank's not mounted yet, so, but. Yeah, I'm a little confused on why the, oh, it just fell on top of the engine. Come on, fall to the floor. Just fall to the freaking floor, would ya? Ah! Oh, I just made it worse. Oh, no. Oh, God, where did it go? Oh, no. Real smart. Real fucking smart. Well, now I gotta hunt that. Go hunting for that off video, I guess. Okay, so you kind of want the pump to be, you know, the pump's gonna want to be where it wants to be, right? Like, so just go ahead and just carefully snug it down. Okay. Snug it down with hand pressure. Okay. And then to do the final sealing, because it is, you know, the seal's not pushed up against the tank yet. So we're gonna, of course, I need new Allen wrenches. We're gonna just really carefully get it tight. And you should be able to feel it tighten up. And you'll see it suck up against the tank, which is sealing that seal. Okay. Okay. You know, just kind of making sure everything's sealed up good. We don't want any gas leaks because the gas is going to be way up here. That would be not fun. So just kind of really carefully trying to tighten it up. Okay, I think that is good. And then I have been paint marking stuff. Since they're Allen heads, I just have to use my blue. So I've been paint marking, which that's kind of weird. The blue doesn't seem like it wants to work today. Okay, it's pretty obvious, I would say. So you can see I actually got all the different socket sizes listed. Okay, so make sure they're not coming loose. All right, then this really is not long enough. I mean, I can't, that's as much as I have. Now the tank, I think, is gonna sit lower. There's just a bunch of shit in the way from that, from it sitting down. Actually, something, I don't know if you guys can see in there or not, but that hose to the left there, again, I don't know if you can see this, I hope you can. That hose to the left there, it's bent quite a bit. Like, I think the hoses they supplied for this are way too long. I mean, that's a good bend that you don't want. Yeah, make sure you guys are really careful and check that when you install yours, because I feel like the hoses are way too long. Okay, so both GoPro batteries died, but I really need to keep working on this. I got so much to do. So if you look here, this wire is basically on the outside of the harness. So when I'm pulling this way, you're kind of wrapping it around. So I'm thinking if I just feed it through here, and again, I'm sorry, the GoPro's dead. I gotta keep working. So now you can kind of see I'm actually coming along the outside. See that? I'm getting a little bit more length and just very, very, very carefully pulling out some length. See that? So now, man, I actually don't know if that's any better. I think we need to get the tank back on again somehow. Ugh. Okay, so I've got the tank basically fully seated now, and it just barely fits in between all this other stuff that we've installed. And I now have, I mean, just, it's still tight. It's still tight. I mean, it just, thank God it's the same connector. So it's tight. It's super tight. So when I go to tape all this up, I'm gonna have to be extremely careful because that is tight. That is not good for it. It's just not good for it. And I wish I could like carefully bend this, but I don't know what's in there. I think it's just like a strain relief for the connector, but it's actually making it worse. So that, I'm gonna try and see what's inside of here and maybe try and bend it a little bit because that's way too tight. Okay, this kind of sucks. So I basically very carefully pulled on this, and then I did a little X-wrap. I can only do short pieces of tape at a time, so this is going to take a while. But I basically purposefully wrapped this up out of the way, straight up to get the maximum possible length. And now I'm going to continue wrapping until I'm confident no water is going to get in there, which might take a while. And again, I'm sorry the GoPro battery died. I just can't. I've got so much to do today. I just got to keep on trucking. Okay, everything has now been double wrapped. I did 2 X's across all of it, double wrap this, double wrap this. I wrapped it up better than I wrapped myself, if you know what I mean. Like, so ain't no water getting in there. And always, always, always use 3M electrical tape. Don't sell yourself short because a $5, $10 electrical tape could cost you a multi-$1,000 wiring harness or ECU. So we've got this done right. So now we can keep going. Okay, so we got one GoPro battery charged. So while it was charging, I kind of cleaned up. I had filmed some other videos. So the other 2 videos are basically done. So we just have to focus on this mess. So we're going to finish assembling this. If you remember, we kind of half-ass assembled it. So, you know, like I said, I had to contact Moto 3 times to get instructions, but they finally sent a bunch of videos. And in every single video I watched, everyone ended up having to use the shorter screw. So we're just going to go ahead and start off with that. And they actually did a little 1/4, so that's nice. And then a 17 for this. And then for this, you need a 14 millimeter. And then I don't have another 14. I don't know where it is, so I did this. And I cleaned all my tools really good since they were just used to take that filthy mess apart. Because this is a fuel system. You don't want any dirt in your fuel system. I also found that this comes from the tank, and it's a dry break, kind of, sort of. So I'll have to buy another one of these and put a little hose on it and then roll it up and put it in a backpack or whatever as an emergency fuel filler or whatever thingy. So, but this is way higher quality than this garbage. Like, if you even touch this on a rock, your day is done. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to go ahead, assemble the tank. So like I said before, you don't want to use O-rings dry. So we're going to spit on her. Don't do that at home. Okay. And then this one, so this part, the big part goes to the tank because you have to put the O-ring in there. And you're supposed to use this big O-ring. I don't know why there's so many other O-rings. So we're going to get that O-ring lubed up. Okay, get it set in place, and then gonna get that in there. Okay, now see, it doesn't look like it has enough, but when you compress these O-rings, it's got plenty. And we'll make sure, we'll be really careful while we're working on it and just kind of make sure that, you know, it's doing what we want. So you can see I've already got multiple turns, so it's got more than enough. Now, you could argue I probably want to finish this up while it's on the bike. However, actually, is this facing the wrong way? No. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we probably want to tighten it up once it's on the bike. So we're just going to go ahead and kind of snug her down for now and just keep going until it just kind of sort of doesn't want to, almost doesn't want to turn, but will still turn. It's kind of concerning that this texture is here. I'm not really sure how that's going to seal. We're going to find out. I mean, other people do it. So, okay, so that's pretty tight. So now this one, I didn't really, well, I don't remember if I spit on it or not. I did. It's wet, but we're going to re-spit on it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how it's going to seal with those, the texture. That's interesting. All right. So the thing is nobody, there's no instructions. So how tight do I get this? I mean, obviously it's just a little aluminum AN fitting, so you don't want to like overdo it. But if it's too loose, you're going to light yourself on fire. So okay, it's kind of tightening up on the bottom of the tank. I'm going to call that good. I'm just a weak computer nerd, and I'm using the head of the ratchet. So, you know, if you're stronger than me, you probably want to be much more careful. Okay. It appears to be seated down pretty good. Might want to just go a little more. Okay, it bottomed out that time. So it's bottomed out. So now this one, you can see it still has a long way to go. And that's good we use the short one, because otherwise it definitely would have bottomed out on the pump, and that wouldn't be good. So now we can throw the tank back on the bike, on, off, on, off, on, off. All right, we're gonna throw the tank back on the bike. We wanna make sure it's where we want it. Great, now it doesn't wanna go. What is, what's causing me grief here? Oh, well, that needs to be down here. Okay, I'll have to get that out. This has to go under this. So, okay. So now, look at this. If you just stuck this out here, I'm gonna say that's not smart, because you could get it with your boot. So I'm gonna say you want this like in here, like this. Actually, I need to pull this through, because I'm not gonna be able to do it and measure all this the way I want. Okay, come on. All right, so you've got the factory fuel line, and they really did not give you, this thing needs to go. The bike's street legal right now, so I'm keeping it for now. It's obviously making life more difficult. Man, I might not have enough room for a quick disconnect. Shit. I really wanted to use that disconnect. Uh-oh. Okay. Let's assemble the disconnect. So I'll kind of show you real quick how this works. It has a spring to hold in this pleated mesh. It's pleated like an air filter. That's wild. So, motherfucker. Make sure it's all clean. Okay, and then again, gotta spit on it. Make sure that the O-ring doesn't get damaged. And then we're gonna cincher down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to order another one of these. They're really not that expensive, so. And you're not like trying to gorilla this, you know, you're just trying to like seat that O-ring, and then you can kind of feel it bottomed out. So now you just want to just give it a little snug. Like don't, okay, that's weird. The flat's not machined right or what? So I know this is the right size wrench. There we go. So we're just gonna give it, oh, man, they're not making this easy. It would have been better if they put a hex head on it, but I guess you want to be able to take it apart. Well, no, just put a hex head on the quick disconnect side, right? Like, am I crazy? I wish I could find my other 14mm wrench that'd make this way easier. Okay, all right, that ain't going anywhere. All right, and if it does, it won't be pretty, but all right, so we got this. We're gonna, again, spit on it. Okay, we're going to click this. This locks open. Then you throw her in there, and then she locks closed. Okay, yeah, I think we are kind of in trouble here. I'm a little disappointed because I really wanted to use this, but sit down here. Oh, I never found that bolt that disappeared. Okay, so, man. That is not good. I might have to cut this clamp off this. Can I get this fucking piece of shit out of my way for a second? Okay. So I might have to cut this clamp, pull this hose, and then do like a janky. Oh, okay. I'm gonna. That's weird. That's like a. That's like it. That's an EV connect. That's an EV. Is that an EV2 injector connector? What? Okay. Anyway, this whole thing is just stupid. Like just so stupid. I don't really have the patience to work with it right now. But anyway, okay. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to. Okay, I can pop this off temporarily to get all this out of my way. So I'm gonna have to cut this clamp somehow, pull the hose off, and then do like a 90, which is probably why they provided that Sidewinder hose. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put the, man, no matter what you do, this is gonna get filthy. Probably gonna make it so you can't accidentally touch this, so put this right here with the shortest possible hose so it's rigid, and then bring it around. But you want this like, this is gonna be in the way, isn't it? Man, I wish I would have bought that delete kit now that I realize that it's in my way. Okay, so see, we're gonna have to play some games here. So we're gonna have to turn this just like this. And then, yeah, we're gonna play this stupid game and potentially win us a stupid fucking prize. Fucking God. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I think we're gonna be playing some games here with this. So, alright, I probably should put this hose assembly together before we'll use some of the hose. I don't want to use any of this just yet. We'll use some of the fuel line hose that IMS provided. So we need that long. Ooh, plus a little longer. So we need, shit. Here, I can use them. I usually use the letters to like measure where I want to cut, if that sounds crazy. So to the M, and then to the M, to the E, P, A. Fuck you. Okay. All right. I love these little side cutters. They're a lifesaver. Okay, and then before I forget, we're going to get our field serviceable fittings. Unlike those crimp-ons, which are not serviceable. So, going to just put them, actually put them hanging down. Yeah, like that. Okay, and then we're going to spit on it. I'm not going to stop saying that, so you guys are going to have to get used to it. All right, we're going to, ooh. Damn it, come on. Okay, that's all the way on. And then we got to be careful because we want this button inward where it can't accidentally get hit. No, I forgot the fitting. I forgot the... Nope, come back out. Please come back out. Ow, fucking stupid fuck. Oh, that wasn't good. Oh, shit. Fuck, I am so stupid. How did I fucking fuck that up? Oh, it took... No, it took a piece of the hose with it. Are you kidding me? Okay, that means I have to get the hose off this side somehow. Which means I'm gonna have to cut it. Fuck. Yeah, okay. That was a fuck up. That was a big fuck up. Man, it does not want to come off. I'm afraid I'm going to damage this if I keep like yanking on it too much. You don't want to like scratch the fuel fitting and potentially create a spot for a leak. Oh God. This is why I make these videos, because in the real world, shit isn't easy. Okay, so I need a new piece of line now. Then just make sure it's the length I want. Just right, okay. And then we are going to really spit on it and really not forget the fittings this time. It's very intelligent. Oh, geez. That's wrong. That's so wrong in so many ways. All right. Okay. All right. And then the fitting, yes, put those on. That would be intelligent. Yeah. Good job, engineer. Okay. All right. That's nasty. That's so nasty. Okay. And then... Okay. And then we're going to make sure it's turned the way I want it. All right. Okay. All right, now we can tighten it down. Probably be smarter to use the 8, probably an 8mm. At least get them tight first. Actually starting to think that I needed the smaller. No, it started to clamp up. Okay. Where is the... I thought I brought it. Yes. No, I did not. That an 8 or maybe probably gonna be a 1/4. It's not an 8. It's not a 6. So okay, it's a 1/4. Of course it's a 1/4. Okay. It's not a 1/4. Are you kidding me? Is it one of those where it's nothing? 9/32. Or is it a 7? I really hate when that happens. Okay, 9/32 worked. We have to be careful because this is a very small clamp. Okay, that's damn tight. That's not going anywhere. All right, and now this one. You know, I'm kind of thinking they probably provide the crimp-ons as a liability thing, because if the crimp-on fails, you can say you crimped it wrong. It's not my fault. And then, you know, yeah, I would almost argue that providing the crimp-ons is more of a liability thing than it is actually like, hey, you should use crimp-ons so you can't field service it. I don't know. It's the only thing I can really come up with, because I know they make a point, you know, of making everything field serviceable. Pull over to the side of the trail and fix it real quick and then keep racing. Okay. I would say that is good. Yeah, I almost needed bigger clamps. Kinda maybe should have used the smaller clamps. That's real nice. Okay, but there's nothing back there. All right, so we put our quick disconnect on, make sure it's clean. Okay. All right. Then I fucked up because that's in the way now. Oh, shit. All right, quick disconnect. Man, it's scratching that thing up real good. I guess this is probably not something you want to make a habit of using. It's more of just like an emergency thing. Okay, we'll just turn it like that. Okay, so we need to tighten this down so that I can like basically zip tie this to this. And then we need to run a sidewinder loop. So I basically need to get this tight to where, you know, it's kind of like right there basically. Ooh, I have the right tool with me. Good. Now this one you really got to be careful with because it is a very small fitting. So it's gonna kind of bumper up there. And you can see, you'll see that the O-rings are gonna start compressing. It's kind of fighting me. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about this. I'm gonna have to buy that delete kit because at least I'm pretty sure that's the smog thing. Because like if I want to disconnect this and hook in something to drain into somebody else's tank or in a can or whatever, man, that's going to be filthy dirty, along with just not fun in general. Okay, so now this one, I'm not really sure how far I'm supposed to go because my O-ring's not fully compressed yet, but I'm going to assume you don't want to fully compress it. Yeah, the Moto logo's the right direction, so man, because there wasn't a groove in here, so I don't think you want to like fully yeah, I mean, I would be afraid to go any tighter than that. I mean, that's tight. But it's still like turning. That's interesting. I'm probably gonna send a picture over to them and ask. Okay, while I'm waiting on Moto to respond, which it's the weekend, so I don't know if they are or not. Again, if there had been instructions. Come on. All right, anyway, we're gonna pull this back apart. Okay, and then I need to cut this, but I don't really think I want to use my nice side cutters to do that and screw them up because they're nice and sharp right now. So we're going to have to go get something different. And I think I might have some older, yeah, I got some older cutters. Might do it. They're pretty old, like not sharp old, but if that's just a stainless clamp, I should be able to get it cut. Yeah, it's not looking good. No, that's not what I want. Oh, man. Normally you can just pull, you can kind of like peel the clamp apart. The problem is that the way they have the clamp rotated, there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to do that. Try and like, there we go. Okay, yeah, I kind of like, I'm sorry, I know you guys probably can't see shit. I kind of just breaking the clamp open. Yep. Okay. Broke it open. Oh, I still need to find that bolt that fell. Could be anywhere before I mount the tank. Okay. Okay. All right, so you can kind of see what I did now. So the clamp was like this, and these are the little pieces that hold it. So I took the pliers and I twisted this way to lift up off of the little locking tabs. So these are the locking tabs. So I just ripped it off the locking tabs and it luckily came right apart. Now the problem is this thing down here is plastic. Yeah, cheap ass plastic, so I can't just start yanking on this hose hoping it comes out. I might be able to twist, and if it twists free, yep, that's fuel. Oh, okay, so I just twisted and it broke free. So that's always a good strategy if you're not sure. Now we got a bunch of dirty shit right next to our fuel line. Okay. So I'm just gonna set this, I don't know, doesn't matter. I'm not gonna use it. Okay. Now we gotta figure out how we're gonna sidewind our quick disconnect. So yeah, I mean, they definitely were prepared. You know, I mean, these sidewinders are cool. Like, I've used them on the Porsche, like a larger diameter for the lower tank fuel line, like a 8AN sized hose, basically. They're super useful because you can cut them to do whatever you want them to. So we're gonna need this loop, which is what's crazy. But we're gonna need it. So that's too far out. So we really want the bend right like that. You see what I'm saying? Like we're starting the bend further out. So we're gonna go ahead and cut this. And if I fuck up, getting a new Sidewinder hose from Amazon is gonna take at least 3 days. Okay. All right, so now we've got that. And then, man, it's still too far out. I mean, it needs to be, I can't really go much further in though. It's gonna have to be just a little further in. If I go any further in, it's gonna actually start hitting the corner, and that's not good. So we're just gonna go just a little further in. I think any more than this would be a big mistake. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and yeah, we only needed 4 clamps total, like I thought. So, I mean, these clamps are just slightly oversized. I don't know. It's kind of hard to judge sometimes. So we're gonna. This one's gonna suck. We're gonna have to tighten it from like. Let's do it like this. So. I throw that in there, okay, and we're gonna spit on it. Oh yeah, all right. A little spit never hurt nothing. All right, we're gonna shove it in there. Okay, so it bottomed out just before it hit the curve of the hose. So that is perfect. I think, like I said, any shorter than that I think would have been a big mistake. Now we need the Sidewinder to sidewind its way down. So check this out. So I can actually, look at that. I can do this, right, like that. This is perfect. All right, we're gonna cut it a little long, and then we're gonna trim as necessary. Like I said, I want this done today. I want to start the bike. I want to get it done. Okay, so you can see this is too long. It's kind of kinking this line. So we want to kind of pull up. Like, honestly, we want to like be like there. Or do we want, because we still have to like, let me disconnect this to kind of simulate what we're working with here. So we kind of have to do like that, but not too much of that. So we're gonna try right here at the O. Okay, so now we kind of see what I'm doing here. We kind of got, it's still just a little, it's just a little long, just a little. But we can't go too short either, so all right, we're gonna try cutting it right before the M, which obviously your paint markings are probably gonna be different, so I don't want you like going and like, oh, where's the M at? Let's cut there. No. That is not how it works. Okay, so we're gonna, okay, so I think this is gonna work. I can do like a temporary install. So that is premium. That is premium. And then I'll just throw a zip tie right. Well, this will probably hold it in, but probably just. I don't want to make it any shorter. Honestly, just kind of stuck with that. So we're going to go ahead and clamp this down where we want it, because this thing spins anyway, so it doesn't really matter where we clamp this, but we do want to kind of make sure it's mostly facing bottom. Okay, that's good. That ain't ever coming off or going anywhere. Maybe a little tighter. Yeah, just a little tighter. Because you actually want it to like suck into, like these kind of sucked in. This Sidewinder hose might be just a little different. Okay, that's better. That's much better. Yeah. Okay, so you've got this, and it's kind of flexible. So you want to turn the hose up here that's on this nipple here. First of all, you want to make sure it's still seated. It's fully seated, and then you want to kind of force the hose down. So we're gonna get a zip tie, which I just had them. Where did they go? Oh. We're gonna make it red because we want to make sure that it's very clear that that zip tie is there. And I mean, it's on a fuel line, so yeah, I don't know, you know, like, is the zip tie gonna rub through the fuel line? Probably not. Unless, I mean, it just shouldn't be, like, the fuel line itself shouldn't be vibrating. It should be a very stationary, you know. All right, so we basically want this down here, and you don't want to crush the line, obviously, you know, like where you're not getting any fuel, but we want it tight enough it's not gonna vibrate and like cut through the line, but not so tight that it's gonna restrict flow or cut through the line. If that makes no sense, then that's fine. It doesn't make sense, but okay. All right, and it's a nice red color. I'm actually gonna I'm not gonna keep the factory line or the factory fitting. I'm gonna keep these two high quality lines. Okay, so we got this, we've got our quick disconnect, okay, this stupid thing the dealership just shoved here. Okay, pretty sure the dealership did that. I don't understand why exactly. I mean, I know it's a trickle charger, but yeah. Uh-oh, I made it mad, didn't I? There it goes, okay. And then this goes back in there. Piece of crap. Okay. And then this. Oh boy, did I fuck up? I might have fucked up. Yeah, if this wasn't here, which again, to be street legal, it has to be. Right? Maybe. I don't know, I guess it depends what state you live in. Okay. All right, so this is just kind of sitting right on this hose clamp. But we're basically done. I need to check my phone and see if Moto responded, but I don't think they did. I don't really like how this is still turning. That's very concerning to me, that it's just able to just turn. Let me see if they responded. Okay, so still no response, but that's okay. It's only been a few minutes. Might not even get a response till Monday, which would suck, but that's the way it is. I really wish they would have included instructions. I'm not going to stop saying that because there should have been instructions. You know, like, hey, don't over tighten it, or make sure it's super tight, or whatever. Okay, I guess I'm just going to start kind of, oh, that's also a factory line, which, yeah, not worth it. Okay, I'm going to just start throwing, well, I got fuel in this, oh, no. Smart. Smart. Okay, I guess I'm gonna start trying to just jam leftovers in wherever I can fit them in. So leftovers. Oh wait, hold on. yeah, no. These go back in here. Okay. All right, we still got a lot of work to do, but I'm just, you know, preparing a little bit here. Okay. Leftovers, trash, okay, some leftover, trash, that's leftovers, okay, all right, now we need to get the tank back off in order to modify the radiator brackets, so click that out and disconnect it. Okay, and it just kind of sits there, so that's nice. Handlebar's about hit me in the face multiple times today. Pull this out. Okay. Just carefully set it down since it's going to set down on the fittings. Or like that's fine. Okay. Got to put the radiator brackets on, which are these. Radiator bracket to radiator using two 6x12 flange bolt, which would be these. Secure other end using two 6x12. Oh, nope, that would be these. Because I need 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, no, yeah. I still have to figure out where that other screw went that I dropped. And these are going to be probably 3s again. Yep, okay. Got the 3. Might as well just look at the picture real quick. Ooh. Go outwards. Yes. Okay. And you probably don't want to tighten them until the tank's actually back on the bike. So we're gonna just go ahead and I actually am kind of confused by how crappily the radiator. What? Are the instructions wrong? Two 6x12 flange bolt, two 6x12 flange bolt. What? That doesn't make sense. Oh boy, they didn't provide enough hardware. Okay. So maybe they want me to use the factory bolt? That can't be right. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe just want you to use the factory bolt. I don't see why you wouldn't. Because there's no other way, like they didn't provide enough hardware. Wonderful. Okay, we'll just use this. Okay, and again, you don't really want to like tighten it. You want it to be loose so you can get the tank all lined up and then snug it down. Okay, it's good enough. Then same thing here. Just gonna run it in. Okay. Okay. Okay, yeah, because that's going to be, yeah, so we'll just push it all the way in for now. And kind of just make sure it stays in so the tank will go on. Now, the problem is I can't just put the tank on because I need to find that bolt I lost, so I'm going to shut this off and come back. So I finally found that bolt I dropped. It's it's right there under the starter. All right. So see that there? I used a pick, but I also have a pick. You can kind of see it in there. So I had to pick the bolt out from here and push it back, and I got it. Oh man, that was not fun, but hey, I probably have a full GoPro battery charge now. Took a while. Also, Takomoto responded, and they said that this is good. So if it's tight, it's tight. So yeah, I don't want to tighten it any further and risk damaging it. So yeah, they said it's good, looks good, ready to go. Okay, while we are waiting for the GoPro battery to charge, let's talk about the vent. So first of all, you have to have a vent. Whether or not you have an evap system, you have to have a vent. I have seen so many idiots like unscrew their tank and the gas just goes, you know, which, I mean, if the vent's clogged, that can also happen, but it seems like some of those guys didn't have a vent on the tank. So here's the thing. I've seen people install them here. That's real close to the handlebars, you know, because that's how you get, like, you could top this thing all the way off to the very top, but you're kind of putting yourself in danger here. Now, IMS's instructions actually want you to put it down here. So they want you to put the vent here. You can see my vent, my OEM vent hose is actually just about the right length for that. Okay. See, I don't think up here is smart. You know, I think there's too many opportunities for something, you know, to go wrong up here. So I think right here is going to be where I'm going to go. Now, how do we know where? Because this tank is thick, for one, and it has varying thicknesses throughout the tank. So how do we know that we have enough room to get a socket on this? So first we need to find a socket that fits. It's probably, it looks like it's a 12. Is my 12 put away? No, my 12's out somewhere. Actually, I'm gonna get a clean 12. So we're gonna do, nope, it's a 1/2. Is it a 13? Nope, it's a 1/2. Clean 1/2. That's a 1/2, but it's filthy. Wonderful, okay. Oh man, see, this is great. This is great. All right, 1/2. So we're gonna get a 1/2, and we're gonna shove this in here. Not that it matters. So the 1/2 socket, make sure it's clean, is going to be how we decide. So see, you probably can't see it on the phone video, but I can actually see a shadow. Not, there it is, yeah. The camera's barely picking it up. Let me try. You see that shadow? I don't want to drop this in the tank. So I am going to draw a circle around the shadow and then drill right in the middle, basically up, up here. As high to the top as top front as I possibly humanly can. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna draw the circle and drill through with the 5/16 centering drill bit. While running a vacuum, I'm gonna shove a vacuum in there. Ah, man, yeah. Should have done this before I washed the tank out, but it's a little late now, so. Yeah, I'm so sorry I can't film this. Honestly, I don't want to film it. I don't want to be the one who shows you how to do this because this is sketch. So, but yeah, hopefully the GoPro battery is charging up. Okay, so I ended up using a flashlight for a backlight inside the tank, and look at that, I got a pretty good little shadow. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my circle, cross it, drill it, whatever, and then we'll come back. But I just wanted to show you I was able to get a very accurate shadow. So that's cool. And obviously alcohol will take this right off. Okay, it's done, and I actually angled it upward to get my fuel capacity back. So basically, even if I'm full, technically it shouldn't really suck out into the evap. And then you can kind of see I got it nice and tight, got it to suck down good. I may have dropped one teeny tiny little shaving down in there, but otherwise everything else was sucked out through the shop vac. And then I also did this. So basically, when you turn the bars all the way in, it clears, and then the bar just kind of touches it. So I'm really happy with that. I am really happy with that. And I am not gonna hose clamp this, because if you build up a lot of pressure in here, this will blow off and it's gonna shoot the pressure this way away from you, instead of this when you unscrew it and it blows gas all over you, and then, yeah. So now we're gonna go ahead and just install this. Again, the GoPro's still charging, so we're just gonna install this because it's fairly straightforward. Okay, so I probably should reiterate, IMS's instructions say that this piece, this black piece in the gasket, should sit flush, fully flush by themselves. Never use these screws to pull this down flush. So mine went right in. The screw holes don't exactly line up great, so I'm gonna just go a little around. I'm just gonna keep going around and around until it kind of sucks the gasket down. But again, they said don't over tighten it. It's just a little 3mm, so you could strip those out and then you're in big trouble. So we're just gonna kind of take it easy, take our time, and get it done. And again, the dry brake will be used only like twice a year. So until I can find a way to use the dry brake at a gas pump, this is gonna stay. Okay, so the quality control on the alignment of all of the screw threads in here was pretty poor. I had to go and get this instead of a ball end, and I had to basically put it in here with the screw sideways and like wrench the screw straight and start turning it down just by hand. And I had to do that on all but 3 of these, so that was frustrating. So now I'm gonna go back and just really carefully tighten them up just enough so that we don't have leaks. Again, you don't want to over tighten it. Okay, they're all tight now, moderately tight, and then I blue paint matched them so you can see if they start coming loose, which is very important because that would be bad. This one I'm probably also going to go ahead and match it, just because I do not want that coming loose. That would be bad. Okay, we are now going to go ahead and use these 4 factory bolts that were originally holding this on, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do this with one hand because the tank's just a little off, but yeah, I'm going to have to like push down. Oh, there we go. The GoPro battery should be charged here in a few minutes, so come on. Come on, you bastard. There we go. Okay. Again, you just kind of want it not tight, but just snug enough to kind of get everything aligned, because obviously you're going to have to keep aligning. So I'm going to do the other 3 and come back. Okay, so right now they're all hand tight, and there's really no gap left. Like they're snug by hand. And so I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna tighten these 2 first, and then I'm gonna tighten the ones on the tank afterwards. I realized it would probably be smart to do the main tank bolt first. So we're gonna do that first. And then that way the tank's for sure sitting down the way we want it. Oh, that's right, I had to use the Torx, and it doesn't want to go in there. Oh boy, we're gonna have to lube her up, shove her in there, and then get the Torx. All right, we got that. I mean, I had to put all my weight on that after lubing it to get it in there, which is good. And then we tightened it as tight as we possibly can using the T30 Torx. So now we can go back and tighten these up, and then these, and then hopefully the battery is fully charged so we can finish up the fairings. All right, so I figured it would probably be smart to actually make sure everything works and doesn't leak before we continue. Like even before I mounted those and mounted this, I probably should have done that. So I got 2 gallons of 91 no ethanol. It's the best gas available within like 45 minutes, unfortunately, at no 93. Oh, well, that's still disconnected, so I guess it's good I didn't try and prime the system. I don't remember why I had that because I took the tank off. Yeah, so we're gonna reconnect that. Okay, reconnected. That would have been dumb to try and prime it. Okay, I really don't like this. I don't think I have a choice. So, all right, I don't see any leaks. I don't even smell fumes, which usually you can smell the fumes ahead of time. Same, I mean, I guess I need to get it pressurized first, right? Would make sense. Okay, here we go. Okay, I hear the pump. It's pressurized. No leaks. Oh no, I never tightened down that one. I never tightened that clamp down. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so glad I noticed it was loose. Shit, that would have been bad. Okay, yeah, that would have been real bad if that had stayed loose, because as soon as I started tightening it, fuel was kind of spitting out. So that would have been a leak pretty quickly. So let's try this again. Oh, that was interesting. It just bubbled. No leaks. I mean, I don't know if it holds pressure. Let's try again. Seems like it's building pressure. I don't smell any leaks. Check this guy back here. No leaks. Okay, good. All right, I think it's safe to try and start her up. What is that? What is that noise? I don't see any leaks. Why am I not getting spark? What's going on? Okay, so we have one more GoPro battery. I'm hoping I can finish this whole job with that. So, install the remaining 2 seat hook sit washers, 2 5x18 button head bolts, and 2 5x15 flat washers at the rear top part of your tank through the rear openings in the shrouds. In the shrouds. What? So these are the new seat hook. Hold on. Install the long radiator bracket. Okay. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to follow the instructions step by step. So it wants this removed. So a permanent, irreversible modification. I hate that, but I understand. Okay. I'm gonna get some cardboard. Oh, that's a long, yeah. Trying not to scratch these up, even though it's a dirt bike, so I don't know why I even care. I mean, look at my boot mark. All right, and we're gonna switch this over to a fresh blade, even though I don't really think cutting some electrical tape would dull the blade, but okay. And then we are going to, oh so super crazy carefully. This is gonna suck. So if we make score lines, oh boy. In the plastic. It kind of gives it a place where it can do that. So see, we just made a score line to remove the main parts of this. You want to be careful not to cut through the whole thing. But so now we have a score line. We can kind of slice the remainder. See that? And again, having a nice, fresh, sharp blade, you're just doing yourself a disservice if you're not even going to get yourself a fresh blade. Obviously, don't cut yourself because this is pretty sketchy what we're doing here. So, okay, so that's out. And then, yeah, I might have to go get my other blade to finish this up. So I'll show you what I'll do with a longer blade to try and smooth that out. But yeah, that's a permanent modification, so that's fun. No going back now without buying plastic. So again, you want to just do a score line. You're just scoring it to weaken the structure, although it's already pretty weak. Oh, I broke the tip of the blade off. The other tip's good. I'll probably have to pull a new blade before this is done. So you're just gonna come in here and you're gonna score it, including these. Okay, then bend it over a couple times. It might just break off if you did a good job scoring it, which I did this time, unlike last time. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this blade out so I remind myself it needs to be disposed of because it's dull. And we're gonna get a longer, flexible blade. And this blade, not flexible is not really the right word, but we're gonna get a long enough blade that we can just kind of flex it and start just trimming shit. So you can see I'm literally just trimming because the smoother this is. Oh! Okay. That could have been bad. Okay. That could have been real bad. I've never had that happen. Granted, this is the first time the blade has been dark colored. They're normally... Did I get a shit set of blades? Oh boy, I better make sure I don't have any blade pieces missing. What does a normal blade look like? Oops. Okay, I don't have any pieces of the blade missing, so that's good. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there as a reminder, and then we're gonna, I don't know if I can reconnect this one. Yes. Okay, we're gonna put on safety glasses. Maybe it would be, you know, a smart idea. I don't know, just maybe. They're gonna kind of push the GoPro up off my head a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna much more carefully be doing this now. But again, you want it as flush as possible, because otherwise you are setting yourself up for failure. I mean, you could go get a Dremel and spend forever burning plastic and, you know, whatever, but I think this method is just fine. Okay. I think that's pretty good. The only thing I'm a little concerned with is this part here that I can't trim without exploding the blade. At least try and like trim up this part some more. I don't really like how it's still sticking up. Okay, that's pretty good. I really want to try and trim this carefully, very carefully. There we go. Okay. Whew. That's a lot of work. I got a lot of cleanup to do after this job. All right, and this is our right hand shroud, and that's going to be important to identify here in a sec. Okay, now the left hand shroud. Same thing, we just kind of want to... I can see this blade exploding again. I'm already concerned. Okay. Okay. All right, same here. We just want to kind of get as much of this off as we can so it sits as close to the tank as we can, so we don't have to spread our legs so far. That's the only thing I'm really worried about with this, is it's going to make it so your knees are kind of spread out a little further. But I mean, I've ridden sport bikes in the past, so it's not like it's going to be like some new experience, but we're just kind of carefully, and again, don't cut yourself, please. Kind of carefully shaving all this off as best we can. Did I do that bottom part pretty good? Yeah. Okay. Gonna try and get in here as best we can. Come on. There we go. Okay. Now the part, the dangerous part. Okay, that went way better. Just this part right here is kind of... Okay, and then, so this is the left side. Okay, and then we are going to set all of this down here for disposal safely, including this blade. Okay, because I like having fresh blades. All right, safety glasses back off. Always recommend using safety glasses when working on stuff, no matter whether you think you're gonna need them or not. But they're pushing up the GoPro and it's not gonna do good. Okay. All right, so now it wants you to use these stickers that I have been trying to straighten out. They're not really cooperating. It wants you to use these stickers to basically, so right hand, right, Husqvarna, right. So I had to like tape them down because they were literally trying to like curl themselves up. And yeah, I should have straightened these out last night or the night before if I really wanted them straight. But basically you've got this sticker that tells you where to drill your holes. What? 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 Okay. So either they have the stickers labeled wrong or... Because wouldn't you want to... What? Is it seriously just telling you to do it like this? Really? That's a joke. Why wouldn't you do it from the inside where you have a nice... Ugh. Fucking hell. Whatever. Alright. Well, that means that whatever holes we drill, we're probably going to have to make larger. Not a fan of that. They should have made the stickers to go on the inside of the shroud. Yeah, this is kind of a joke. I was kind of hoping for something a little more professional than this. I have a feeling these are going to be way off. Way off. Okay, that's right and left. Either somebody at IMS has right and left confused, or they just, why wouldn't you make the sticker go on the inside where you have a really good hard edge? Okay. 2S left, 25. Oh, it's a Husqvarna 2025. Oh. Well, that's not good, because this is a 2024. Okay. Close as I'm gonna get it. I'm most worried about this one here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. So I got 6, 2, 4. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Shit. Okay. Now, what size hole? Oh. Oh my God, that is obscene. They want you to... Wow, that's convoluted. Okay. I don't like that at all. No wonder the stickers are so poorly. So they want you to just use like a small drill bit first. Doesn't make sense. I'm not going to be able to see anything. Okay. How did I just get this from? All right, we're going to cheat a little bit with a 9/64. Piece of crap. I need to clean this workbench up. Okay, so they want you to like mark the holes. And then do all kinds of stupid shit. And then you're going to use like a pilot hole to see how close you are to the real hole. And then re-drill the real hole, which is just stupid. So we're going to kind of skip one step of that. So we're just going to pilot the holes in. And they're button heads, so you do have a little play. You have a little bit of room for error. Worst case, I got to get like a big stainless washer to make up for any mistakes. I don't know why I just did that on this. This is supposed to be like a clean workbench. Pointless. Okay. So they're saying to like half-ass line this stuff up. I don't know why I brought that over here. No. Basically, so these, ow, I gotta cut that too. Okay, we're gonna have to cut this first. This is a good job. This would be a good task for the side cutters because it's not really something that you're gonna like actually physically see. So gonna granted, it would be nice to like round the corner so it doesn't create like a stress fracture. How deep do I gotta do it? Holy crap, it goes deep in there. Yeah, I got enough GoPro battery left to finish this up. Okay, that plan failed miserably. Go back to this plan. The new blade. The fuck? Oh. No, that's... What? There we go. Weird. Okay. We're gonna very carefully... Oh, not carefully enough apparently. Put a score line in there. Stop that. Okay. Jeez. I didn't score it deep enough. Holy crap. Alright, back to the ground. Okay. Jeez. Alright. Come on, break it out. Let's go. Okay. Oh, I split the wall. That's why it was struggling. Okay. Wow, we gotta go pretty much almost all the way. Where is... Okay. It's a big mess to clean up I'm making. Okay. We gotta go. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I don't want to go any further than I have to, just because it's taking strength out of the part. I would say that's pretty good there. And then on this side, we really only need to go about there. Okay. All right. Not near as clean as I wanted. Okay. Back to cutting. I don't like this at all. This plastic is very, finicky. Okay. Finally, it did what I wanted after scoring it. Okay. And I was not able to round the corners to prevent a stress fracture point, but this plastic's a lot more flexible than I thought it was. I think we're gonna be okay there. Man, that whole workbench needs to be cleaned up. So, where am I going? Okay. All right, look at that. That actually isn't too bad. Although it's not even like... I kind of, yeah, whatever. It ain't gonna be visible. Okay, so they want you to like line this up and then see how close your holes are. And in this case, my holes are basically dead on. So what size do I need to drill it to? Re-drill. Thanks. Thank you so much for the excellent... Jeez. Re-drill. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Re-drill to what? What size? Let's say... I want to give myself some leeway. I'm going to say 7/32. Because I know the plastic likes to kind of shrink up. We'll check the right side before we drill it, but it came out a lot better than I thought it would. That might be too small. Yeah, there's no room for it to kind of wiggle around and sit where it wants to sit. And of course the 1/4 is missing, so I guess we'll just do a 15/64. Yeah, like I said, the plastic tends to somehow collapse back on the hole. It's very interesting. Because you don't want it so tight that it's binding. Ah, shit. Well, too late. Forgot I wanted to check that first. Whoopsie. Oh well. And the leaving the sticker on while drilling probably helps save the graphics from getting messed up. Again, not that it matters because it's a dirt bike. Can't stand when people don't like their dirt bikes getting dirty. God forbid. Okay. All right. So we're gonna grab 3 of the button heads. Kinda gonna get the plastic where we want it. And where is the... I really hope I can finish this before the GoPro battery's done, because okay, that one's in. Might have to drill them out a little larger, it appears. Holy mother of God. Are you kidding me? What? What is this? I'm gonna have to drill them out a lot larger. Well, yeah, I just have to be careful, like how big can I drill it out before the button head pulls through? Oh, I don't know why. I'm just gonna leave it over here. Oh, that's probably why, because it's a mess. Okay. So 1764 is only, man, that's gonna be way too big, isn't it? Oh man. Yeah, I don't think I want to go any bigger than that. I'm just gonna have to kind of fight it after that. Oh crap. Get this stuff out of the harm's way. I think it's wishful thinking having those sticker patterns on the front side. That just makes no sense. Okay. I got a lot of cleanup to do. All right. Okay. Definitely a lot more leeway now on where I'm going to be mounting all this. That one's still way off. Way off. What the hell were they thinking? Like that one's... Maybe I can maybe get it in there. Oh, here we go again with the sniffles. Shit. No, that one's way off. These two are fine. Okay. Wonderful. Just wonderful. This one is like... So okay, right there. Okay, okay, okay. They're all off. They're all so far off. This is so stupid. Like, why? Okay. All right. Real fucking smart. So fucking stupid. Yeah, let's pre-drill a hole based on some dumbass sticker and then guesstimate 10 million times where the frickin' hole has to be drilled. Great. That's great. So now I'm gonna have giant fucking holes. This has been a long day. This has been a long day and my patience is gone. A long day. And what is this? It doesn't even... Okay, so the GoPro battery died again and I've had enough. I'm just no more. So, all right. So the mistake was not doing what they told me to do and putting these in first and then seeing how far off the holes are. So this one, you can't see it. Of course you can't see it. So this one, it's not too bad. This one is way off, and then this one is okay. So I have to re-drill that one. All right. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that just yet. Now over here on this side, this one's way off. Way off. Almost right. So we're going to use this bit, which has a centering point, to kind of poke a center where we think we want center, take them back off, re-drill them, and remount them. Okay, I finally got this side to fit, and it's almost not noticeable. The other side's not going to be so pretty. I'm also a little concerned about, I'm going to have to go and pull these out to get the other side to fit, so yeah, we're getting there. So as I was finishing this up, I was trying to figure out why I was gonna have extra hardware. I forgot the hooky things that go here. There's like a hook here. So we gotta take it all back apart. Okay, I had to reread the instructions multiple times to figure out what it wanted. So small washer, this thing, and then the bolt, and then basically, we're gonna do the same thing here and here once we put the shrouds back on. Now, one thing that I don't really understand, it wants you to use these in the shroud, like as a spacer. It wants you to use a plastic spacer. But there's no way I'm gonna be able to drill these, because I mean, look at that. Look at that. I'm not gonna be able to drill it to fit this, so I'm just gonna not use them. I mean, I don't understand the reason for that. So yeah, it's weird. Okay, everything is together, fitting good enough. The only thing left is to see if the seat is gonna go on whatever these ridiculous things are and if it's gonna be tight enough. So let's get our seat. Okay, got our seat, and let's zoom out for you guys. So, somehow, how are you supposed to get the seat on those? Well, I guess, yeah, just kind of come down. Okay. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to put the phone down for this. We'll come back. Well, I got the seat hooked in, and I was starting to tighten it down, and then I saw it's hitting, of course you can't see it, it's hitting the fuel pump. Can I brighten this up? It's hitting the fuel pump, right? Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. So I need to pull the seat back out and see what's going on. Yeah, so whatever difference is in the Seat Concepts seat, it wants to sit up. Well, I mean, I guess you got these way wider wings now, but the seat actually tightened down. Again, you can't see it. The seat actually tightened all the way down to the tank, but it's kind of sitting up, sitting on the fuel pump a little bit, which I kind of wish that I would have known this was going to be visible, because that looks awful. But again, it's a dirt bike. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, let me put this wrench down. I only got 2 gallons in it right now because that's all I could really... Oh boy. Okay, is it me or is the seat taller now? No, don't tell me the seat's taller. The suspension's just cold. Oh, I think the seat's a little taller now. Okay, when I put my legs up, it's a little noticeable that they're wider now. Like trying to get to my brake lever is gonna be interesting. Shifting should still be fine. Yeah, your knees are definitely getting pushed out a lot. But hey, I'll get used to it. Just get more flexible ankles, I guess. But yeah, the whole point is like getting more fuel mileage out of the bike. Probably should put our side panels back on, but yeah, I mean, the whole point's getting more, not fuel mileage, more mileage total. So 30 miles to the gallon at 4.5 gallons. You're looking at 2.5 hours of riding, something like that, 3 hours, depending on, I mean, that's like super fast, you know, burning gas, but yeah. So overall, I'm not gonna say I'm not happy. I'm not gonna say I'm happy. I'm gonna say that I am satisfied with having 4.5 gallons and a future dry brake. So am I really happy with spreading my legs wider? No. Am I happy with the fact that the seat is somehow taller now? Definitely no. They should have freaking mentioned that because I'm already having trouble with the height of the bike. I'm waiting on a good company to make drop links. But then you have to deal with fork height and blah. The fit and finish came out better than I thought it would, considering it was just guesstimating. I think it looks fine from a distance. And again, I am satisfied with having 4.5 gallons and a competition ready dry brake fitting that will be installed. Am I really happy? Am I really happy? I don't know. I'm gonna need to do some riding, which I can't do because it's 20 degrees outside with snow, ice, and that's not gonna work on my supermotos. So, yeah, I mean, it's done. The bike runs. I don't know. I started it on camera, yeah. Did I? Well, if I didn't, whatever. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. This is our 4.5 gallon IMS natural color dry brake ready fuel tank. It was a nightmare to install, but hey, we got her done. So thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time. Try not to hold